Hey Robert, Darkus here. All right, so I looked at your video to see where is the problem, and well, I'm not 100% sure that I know what is the problem, but I have a quite a good guess. Um, the fights, especially of this kind, are very actually technical and they're very hard to do. So when you're giving Maya a task to connect some poses that are really different, Maya has problem to connect them. Because Maya is not really creative; it's very technical thing. So, if you don't tell her that you want something, it might happen that Maya delivers stuff on her own way. For example, I don't know. You have a guy and he has an arm like this, and on the other pose, he might have the same arm, but now it's over there, right? So basically, you would like to happen. What you would like to happen is that the arm would go, over, right? Well, Maya might not think that way because Maya is, like I said, technical. So Maya might just think very economically, and she might push this arm through from this side to this side. So you're gonna end up with a body here and an arm being kind of mangled. We're going actually through the geometry and come out come out on the other side and to hit this pose, right? So I think this is what might be happening in your case. In scenes like this, very often every frame is actually a key where you have to control it because deviations are so big that, like I said, you cannot rely on Maya to do it correctly. I don't see what else would be a problem. Um, so let's try to go through it fast. I'm gonna play first this video with actually with the in-betweens, so I think that's in auto or something like that. There you go. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So let's talk about. You said you're primarily concerned with the Spider-Man. All right, so we're gonna talk about Spider-Man, but before actually we start with the Spider-Man, I just wanna say before I forget that in the case of the turtle, it seems to me that you didn't address some of my notes because when he's swinging here, for example, he is supposed to be on the toes. I mean, on the um, ball of the foot, right? And that's where he's supposed to, I think, swing around. Otherwise, oh, I'm sorry, that's in the air. So that's my bad. Let me find another one. Doom. She gets. You see all these movements, what are happening around this area. Well, it's not giving him stability because he is moving all around. How is possible that he moves? If he's swinging around, he's supposed to be in one place. Try to do it. You'll see that that's exactly what's going to happen. Otherwise, it looks like he's standing on some kind of ice or something that would allow him so much spinning. This doesn't doesn't look good. Why would foot spin like that on slide on the floor, right? So that's definitely an issue with, and you have to go basically frame by frame and take care of that because, like, for example, when turtle is moving back, I understand that this foot is going back, but what's happening with this one? What is going on with this one? That one is supposed to be support for the body, so that one cannot slide. But actually, in your case, it's sliding from back, it's moving forward. You see that? So that's a problem. Another problem is that because you didn't really do anything with a foot on the ground, it looks like he is really sliding his foot all the way back, from front to back. In order for this to look better, he has to have some passing pose. So somewhere in the middle of getting from here to getting there, he has to be in one middle pose where actually he's gonna be leaning more on this foot, because that's supporting leg. So you have to shift body weight on this side so you can release the pressure from this side, so this foot can be a little bit off the ground. Even if the toes are on the ground and if the heel is up, it's gonna look like he is dragging his foot, but not really sliding on the floor. You know, that would look better. He doesn't really have to, lift his leg all the way up. What might not be bad, but if you don't like this, that actually from here to there he goes up and down, then you can have a situation just like I'm trying to describe here, where to get from here to there, right, he actually just lifts his heel up, toes are still being on the ground. Talking about this left leg, right? So that's going to be better, because this way, as you have it right now, it looks like the foot is really sliding from front to back. And then, as you are moving forward with the turtle from this pose, there has to be foot roll. As he goes forward, his toes should stay where they were when they were here. Something like this, where the toes are where they are, but heel goes up. That's how he starts moving. First, this has to happen. First, he has to lift his heel. This is what we call peeling of the foot. He kind of peels off foot off the ground, and then after this, he can lift it like that, right? Otherwise, it looks unnatural. Try to do that, and you'll see that it's not going to work. Plus, when he's doing this supporting leg is supposed to be very firm on the same place on the ground. He is really moving a lot. Then check what's going on here with the rig. Broken ankle, going through the geometry, through the floor. Like I said, the problem that you are experiencing is that you're giving Maya, I guess, not enough information. For example, I know this is your pose, and we're gonna go back to your other version where it's actually stepped. So I'm gonna show you what's exactly what I mean. But you see, from this pose to that pose, it's a big change. And Maya just got lost. Maya said, "I don't know. I'm gonna do it something like this." But you see what I'm talking about? What you were supposed to have between this and that was one pose here that it would be, you know, defining the arc. So that would be the highest point. Or maybe this one's still like that. But Maya cannot connect stuff if doesn't if doesn't have enough information. All right, so that's the thing. Once the Spider-Man hits the turtle, you know, it should go back. That's fine, but then it's supposed to spend more time here. It takes time to change direction. Once when you get hit with something heavy and you go back, it takes time to start moving in other direction. Plus, there must be some weight in that Spider-Man. So when he hits the turtle, I don't feel that turtle actually feels it. After this, as they go back, that all together they should go in some kind of squash where the turtle would have more this kind of back and legs, the knees would they would go more down in the kind of down pose, and also Spider-Man would also hunch more almost all the way because he has to, you know, go in kind of you know how to say it as he came with some energy from the top, right? Now he has to stop himself. You know, he otherwise if you don't have this squash on the top, it's gonna look just as it looks, very stiff. You see, Spider-Man looks stiff. You have to you have to squash him, and then as the turtle comes forward, you know, he goes back up, and as turtle is coming back, maybe it would be also nice to show how maybe the turtle is just for a moment kind of losing balance, and then after this foot goes fast back and protect himself from the falling. And then as it's coming forward, it can still be like this as it's coming forward, kind of down. And then going forward, lifting him. And when he's lifting him, it looks fine, but also you can raise them even more if you put turtle on the toes. So it's gonna be a little bit more, it's gonna be higher, right? As kind of anticipation for going down. Boom. When he does this, I'm talking about turtle. Turtle can also have some down pose here. So as it's going from up, down, and then recovers. All right, so let's see about Spider-Man. It feels very stiff here, talking about Spider-Man. Why? Because as he lands, he needs bigger dip and then going to that pose. So he lands, and before he goes to that pose, he would need first to land with this foot. So now, when he has both feet down, this one has to come down and has to be only on the heel. Then he can go down like this, but he should go down even more. Why not to make him more dynamic? So he's going to be like a spring, you know. He comes down, and then from here he goes to this, bow. Then the hit comes. Pay attention how hips are not moving at all. They should. As he hits him, he should go this way. This should be happening now. Over here. Right, so hips should move this direction. And notice how he moves. This is completely frozen. Basically, whole leg is frozen. Here, nothing is happening. Look at that. That's not good. Look at this arm, not moving. When the person is going back, before he hits the furthest back, before that, somewhere here, this leg is already supposed to be in that pose, back pose, in order to stop him going even further. So this leg and his body cannot arrive at the same time. First leg has to arrive, and then body comes back, and that's how he stops himself. In order that the arm, in order that leg is late, what's happened is that then actually we do fall back. That's why we fall back, because we were not able to come back with this leg on time, and we lost the balance. When he hits this turtle, this is a moment of contact, right? At this point, I would still have this leg stretched as much as possible. If that means that you would have to take him a little bit down, so be it. But I think at the moment when he is hitting him here, he should be probably still on the toes, if that's possible. And then after that, boom, this leg cannot stay here where the contact was. This leg has to go up, has to continue up. So the leg goes up and the turtle is going that way. So you have two directions. The leg kind of continues going where it was supposed to, and now turtle being hit is going back. There is a problem when you are looking at a line of action. Let's take a look at his head, Spider-Man head. Good, good, good. Boom. Y is going up and then continues. So if you decide to go from here, because it is connected nicely, you know, that way, you have to somehow connect this part, boom, with this, because right now it looks like it's going, the head, right, is going this way and then jumps up and then goes that way. Boom, boom, boom. Somehow it should be smoothed out to have a nice arc. Then I assume you're talking about this pose where he looks very cramped in the air, but that must be because look at this. The head is down, the legs are up. On the next one of your poses, the head is up, legs are down. So that's a huge change for Maya, and I assume that Maya just couldn't figure out. So you have to you'll have to basically build your own pose. You'll have to in and fix it, because it has to be every frame will have to be or key or a breakdown. It has to be touched. You cannot live in this kind of situations. Nothing to Maya to interpolates and interpret, because she doesn't know how to do it. Like I said, in this kind of fights, in this kind of scenes, all animation, all frames are pretty much keys and breakdowns, because there is too much stuff going on. Timing wise, everything is kind of moving at the same pace. So think of stuff that actually, you know, some stuff has to happen fast, but then as it lands here, as he's gonna go in that squash, it's gonna take him a little bit more time when he goes down, right? And then it goes up. So that will give you different kind of texture in timing, because when we are talking about timing, timing has to have different tempo. It cannot be always the same, otherwise it becomes kind of boring. You know, it's just da 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 da. No, it's supposed to be, if you think of a music, right? So instead of ta 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 done, as a music, as a rhythm, supposed to be ta 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 ta. You know, that's how it's supposed to go. Some faster, some slower. It's like a tapestry. It should be complex, but that gives us more like a richer results. Here, when the Spider-Man jumped, not that one, the other one. Well, I'm not sure actually if his leg would move back. And once when he jumped, look, he jumped from here to there. So this is a progress that he did in one frame. And then in the next frame, he did actually fairly enough, but then he kind of stops. You see, he kind of, now he's spinning, but he is not progressing this way. He kind of stopped in the air. That kind of stoppage can happen only on the top of the arc. So let's say he jumps from here to there. He springs from here, stretches, and this kind of stopping in air can happen only in the middle of the arc, because he goes fast up, then slows down, and then speeds up again and goes fast down. So only here in the middle. You cannot slow him down here and then start moving fast again towards up. You know, it's just simple physics there. And as I can see, you know, there is quite a bit of movement that is really, difficult for Maya again. You'll have to give Maya more info. This feels, if you look at the legs, right, it feels stiff. So as he's going that way, you know, legs could trail behind, because we have to think about overlap. Nothing moves at the same time in the same direction. The body moves this way and the legs are kind of trailing behind. If he would have some kind of cape, the cape would be also this way, you know. Otherwise it looks like everything is made out of the plastic, and there is no joints. And then as he goes this way, as the legs are going this way, they would probably, you know, first do that and then continue going down, hitting down. Okay, he does bounce off, but still, look at his hands. They are all, there is no bouncing on the hands. Maybe even those legs shouldn't hit at the same time, right? As one leg is down, maybe the other one is still up. If we just go for a quick test to see what's going on with your scene when it's in step, let's go through the problematic areas, right? You see, that's what I was talking. Look at his foot here, and then he goes back, but suddenly foot is here. From here to there, there is a slide. Of course, if you put these two poses to Maya, Maya's just gonna connect it, and it's gonna be slide. That's not good. And as you didn't address this problem, now he is sliding a lot. He should be just spinning on the same place, where the ball of the foot is on the same place. Body just spins. After this is one pose, and the very next pose is this one, 14, 15. Like I said, you need one where, you know, you need one pose that's going to be on the top of the arc that will define this jump. Yeah. So once again, go through your scene and like I said, try to give uh, more information to Maya. This is really complex scene. Actually, it's yeah. I mean, you chose really something what is not easy. I understand that's a challenge for you, and I'm glad that you are up to it. But you know, it's going to require lots of work. Almost every frame will have to be or key or breakdown. It's not going to be left over much for a Maya to leave just for in betweens. You know. So I hope that will help with making a solution for this problem that you have. But actually, it's not the problem. It just requires more work. And like I said, in a timing wise, you know, slow down some stuff for something to start moving. It takes a time, or when it's something like in the case of turtle, when it goes back and then forward again, you know, to change that, for that change to happen, it takes time again. So, all right. So, if you have any questions, just shoot me email and let's see. All right. Thank you.